kids, so we're on day 2 of how does light move in our blue science book. So we are going to pick up where we left off on page 210. And right away on 210, you should see 2 of our vocabulary words. Reflection and refraction. Reflection and refraction. They sound very similar, but they do not mean the same thing. So we're going to read just this page today. Then we're going to review our vocabulary words. Then I'm going to send you off on your own to watch a little review video and then take a little quiz. But guess what? Good news. You can go back in your book to find the answers for your quiz today. Okay? So I want to see that. I want to see proof. I want hundreds if you're allowed to use your book. All right. So reflection and refraction. Let's get started. So if we notice on this page, what is this little boy looking through? You may have used these before. I know Owen and Olivia like to look at nature with these. Binoculars, right? These binoculars reflect light so that it is directed to your eyes. So if you look, it's going in just like that. All right, let's read about it a little bit. And then over here, oh, Owen got one of these from Santa Claus this year, a telescope. The lenses in this telescope refract. Do we remember what refract means? Light. This makes the object seem larger. Lenses and binoculars also refract light to make objects look larger. So remember, they bend the light so it looks closer for us. Very interesting. If light didn't reflect, you'd never be able to see yourself in a mirror. That's interesting. Stop and think about that for a minute. If light didn't refract, there would be no telescopes, cameras, microscopes, or eyeglasses. All these items use lenses. These lenses are made to refract. Items such as these depend on refracting lenses to work. Okay, so that's just a little review of refraction and reflection. Let's go ahead and turn to page 212. So this looks similar to when we did our vertebrates, where we talked about our animal classes. And we're going to fill in our words here, okay, our vocabulary words. And then we're going to match the pictures. We're going to do that part together, okay? So I'm going to see, without writing the words, if you remember what they are. If you need to go back real quick and look, you may. All right, let's see what we remember from yesterday. When light passes through a clear material, it bends, or do you remember the answer to that? Refracts, right? So which one of these is an example of light passing through a clear material and bending it? Which one do you think? The clear glass. Do we see how the straw kind of looks bent? So that would be the example of refracts, right? Some objects take in, or, oh, what's that word when you take in something? Absorb light. So which one of these would be an object that absorbs the light, that takes it in? We've got flashlights, we've got rocks, we've got a boy playing basketball, and we've got a flashlight. Which one would be an example of an object that absorbs or takes in light? The rocks, right? Behind an object that absorbs light, you will see a dark spot called a what? What's that dark spot behind an object that absorbs the light? A shadow. And right away, you should be able to identify which one of these is a shadow. Draw your line to it. Where do you see the shadow? Yes, this boy playing basketball right here is his friend's shadow. And right here is his shadow, right? All right, so we've used refracts, we've used absorb, we've used shadow. There's one more that we wrote down, but then I want to see if you remember one that we didn't write down. Oh, we might have underlined and started. When light hits a shiny surface, it bounces back, or what? Do you remember that one? Just like when you look in a mirror, it bounces back and what? Reflects. So we've got two pictures left. Which one would be an example of reflection? Yeah, right here. Remember, we even wrote it in our notes. All right. Light travels in a what kind of path? Do you remember that one? Light travels in a what? What kind of line does it travel in? A straight one. Yes. Did you remember that? And of course, there's our example, right? A straight path. Here's our straight path. All right, so we should be experts at all of our light words: refract, absorb, shadow, reflects, and straight. There's a couple other words in here that are in the story. They weren't that we made vocabulary words. Okay, so you'll notice those ones are in black. We've got binoculars, we just read about that, lens, reversed, and straight, which was one that we did do actually. So that one might be a red one, okay? They want you to draw a line from each term to its definition or description. We're not going to do that, okay? We're going to do it a little bit differently. So I really need you paying attention. This counts as your science grade today, okay? So we have a bunch of vocab and important words that are numbered here. Then we have a bunch of definitions over here. So we're not going to draw the line, because how are you going to draw lines and send it to us on Schoology? You are going to match up the number with the letter, okay? So when you find the answer for absorb, what letter is it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H, you would put the letter next to it. So we're going to cross off these directions and we're going to say, write the letter next to the word. That's going to make it easier for you to type it up. If you're drawing all your lines, it's going to be confusing, okay? So that doesn't mean one is A, okay? So let me show you what I mean. So let's pretend like over here, we did draw the lines, but pretend like this is A, B, C, D, and E. So I know that refracts would have been what? B. Absorb. Which one was absorb? C. Shadow was D. Reflects was A. Okay, so do you see how you're going to do that? So instead of drawing all the lines, you're writing the letter. So whatever the definition is for absorb, you would write that letter next to it. Do we understand? Hopefully we do. If not, the directions are also in Schoology, okay? So you are matching the word to the definition. You're not drawing the lines. You're writing the letter next to the word. And these are the words. Okay? So right next to it, you're going to write the letters. Letter. That matches the vocabulary. Okay? All right, good luck. You may use your book too, okay? If you don't know, use your book. If you see absorb, go back, look for absorb, read it. You may use your book. Can you use your book? Yes. All right, good luck.